Good morning. I'm Kristen Jones. Welcome to GC First. Here is your first glance. This morning is a special morning. Not only do we get to gather and celebrate the Lord, but in just a few minutes, we will have an opportunity to partner in the rescue, restoration, and life-changing mission of Project Rescue. Watch this.
My name is Dana, and I live in Southern Asia. When I was 8, my parents worked in the rice fields for long hours every day. My mother was going to have another baby, and I worried about her. I wanted to help her, but she told me I needed to stay home and take care of my little brother Ali. Every day I had chores to do. My favorite chore was doing the laundry by the river. My mother told me that I was beautiful and would someday have a husband and babies of my own. My mother was never sick, even when she gave birth to my second brother Lokesh. But one day, long after she should have gone to the rice paddy, I found her still in bed. When I touched her cheek, it was cold. It was then that I realized my mother had died during the night. As time passed, my brothers began to do simple chores while I helped my father in the rice paddy. But my mother had been correct. Working in the rice fields was no place for a young girl. One night, my father did not come home for dinner. I was so worried about him. I ran out into the moonlight to find him. I ran and ran until I found him. I knew when I saw him he had died. So with my father gone, I had so many questions. With no one to take care of us, my brothers and I begged for food and money in the market. One day, a man in nice clothes told me he would give me money and something to eat if I went with him. We were all so hungry that I didn't listen to my heart. It was warning me of the danger I felt just being near this man. The man took me someplace and did terrible things to me. When he brought me back, he gave me enough money for my brothers and me to eat for a week. He said he would come back and give me more money. I loved my brothers so much and we were so hungry. I agreed to what he wanted. The next time I got in the car with that bad man, he didn't take me back to my brothers. He took me to a big city. The rundown old building where he took me would be my home for many years. For years, men did terrible things to me every day. Sometimes I was beaten and tortured. I had no reason to live. I often wished I could die to make the pain go away. As I got older, they let me out of the building some during the day. I found a wonderful place where people loved and cared for me. It was called Project Rescue. They taught me how to read and write. I spent my days at this wonderful place, but at night I had to go back to the men. I knew if I didn't, they would come and hurt me. My friends at Project Rescue taught me to sew. People started buying my clothes. A man who owned a big shop said he would buy everything I made. A very nice woman named Miss Cora began to tell me about a God that loved me and that he would rescue me. I wanted to believe her, but it seemed too good to be true. I prayed with her and tried to have hope. Then one day, my prayers were answered. Miss Cora brought me a letter from the bad man. The letter said I never had to go back to that awful place. I had been given my freedom. And I had a job to make clothes for the big shop. God had given me the miracle we had prayed for. God rescued me. I was free. After that day, my life was so wonderful. I couldn't imagine that things could get better. But God had another wonderful miracle for me. One day, I came home from where I worked sewing clothes, and there were two handsome young men waiting for me. They said they had been looking for their sister for many years. The one young man said his name was Ali and asked if my name was Dana. They were my brothers that I had not seen in many years. We were a family again. I told my brothers that I had so much to share with them. Ali said, "Well, now we have all the time in the world." Through the ministry of Project Rescue, I found freedom and Jesus gave me a new life filled with hope and joy. But my story is just one of countless stories that could be told. Every day, bad men take young girls and boys. They are forced into a life that they do not want, a life of pain and suffering. Project Rescue wants to help every one of them. Will you help Project Rescue give hope and freedom to these boys and girls? Will you help rescue them?
Will you help Project Rescue give hope and freedom to these boys and girls? It only takes $3 a day, $21 per week, $90 a month. Every penny makes a difference. What difference can you make today? Come back tonight for our big game party. Bring your snacks, games, gear, and excitement for a great night. Kickoff is at 5 p.m. Ladies, just one more week until the IF gathering. If you have any questions, please see Gwen or Pastor Stacy. We want our church to be the healthiest it can possibly be, and that means we help you be the healthiest you can be. This is why we do Bible studies, kid ministries, youth ministries, and more. Being a healthy believer involves having a healthy view of finances. Back in the fall, we looked at God's priority of stewardship and how it impacts our lives. Starting next month on March 1st at 6 p.m., we're going to look at how to be good stewards. Financial Peace University is a great way to understand money and how to manage it so it doesn't manage you. Normally, the cost of FPU is $100. The Lord has made it possible for you to do this at only $45. That's just $5 per week. Please see Pastor Stacy or a board member if that is a struggle for you. Sign up if you will be participating in this amazing class. For more info and to stay connected, like us on Facebook or text GC First at 84576. Thanks for joining us this morning as we gather to love God and love people.